From ALBERTOSAURUS to Repti's carcharodontosaurus or even Gator Boots' Brachiosaurus, there is a lot to be excited for with mods. So here's the roundup of the news for them. Let me know which one you're most excited for in the comments down below, and let's get right into it. So we have some updates in regards to Repti's carcharodontosaurus, and this was put into one big post in Repti's Discord server. They basically said that the development progress is going well, but is steady and in its implementation into the game, or process of implementation into the game. This is a slow but steady process they did add. They have confirmed that the mod will be a 4-slot creature and not a 5-slot. They added that, or said that. I know many people may be disappointed in this video, but we have our reasons and was confirmed in by Repti and myself. Given what Repti wants it to do while also working along something we both are happy with. This was our decision to make it this slot without having it feeling potentially too overwhelming over other things while clashing with other apexes within the official roster. Then when they talked about it combat wise, they said this. This changes while also with the newest TLCs has caused us to change our kit again. However, this does mean they did have to remove some of the previous intended attacks for the mod. For example, the warding stance ability that they have showcased previously. The combat kit will be undergoing some big changes. They say it will be a very fun 4-slot as well and very fun creature to play. They also shared a bunch of screenshots that were taken by a Blood of a Draco during filming, and they are gorgeous. And also, a Blood of a Draco is very talented with both screenshots and video making. If you cannot wait to see the trailer that he's probably cooking right now, I say go and subscribe to Draco's YouTube channel. The Brachiosaurus is not coming soon, according to the mod creator. Or, well, not like soon. I believe that's what they said. Now, that was said by the creator of the mod, Gator Boots. It's still in its development and it's coming along nicely as well. Now, they did showcase a bunch of size comparisons as well, which was with Argentinosaurus and the Brachiosaurus. The Brachiosaurus is shorter in length and height by a large margin, and then compared it to the Apato, where it towers over it, but it's also shorter in length than the Apatosaurus. I just want to say, the Brachiosaurus I'm very, very excited for. The model is gorgeous, and I believe it's in some form of testing. It's in very early testing, so it's not coming soon, but it is getting closer to those stages of, as development goes by. That being said, the next mod, a brand new carnivore mod that we're going to be talking about, and I'm very excited to showcase this one too. A brand new Tyrannosaur is coming to the game, which is being brought through by a user called KM. They said that the model was made by Synopsis and that Synchrolight was helping them bring the model to life as well. This is ALBERTOSAURUS, by the way, and it's so cool. We have some screenshots of it in game and it looks absolutely gorgeous. Now, do bear in mind, even if a mod is in game and there's pictures of it in game, it's not like close to being ready to release into the game unless the mod author has just completely not told anyone and planned to be a massive surprise. But in most cases, it's when it's like implemented into the kit they're able to get these screenshots. That being said, I'm not sure on the development stage of the mod, but I think it's in some form of infancy because they recently showcased the skin design, or one of the skins, the first skins on it, and then showed in-game, in dev kit shots of it with that skin on. So it's probably in relative infancy. Either way, it looks awesome. It's another fun Tyrannosaur to have, and it will also just be a little bit taller than the Daspletosaurus, although it's barely noticeable. This was shown by a comparison shared by the mod author, showing Dasp in blue at the front and the Alberto in brown behind it. Now, David Rosa has reopened his commissions. However, he did showcase a bunch of mods that are coming to the game via mods that were commissioned by users for him to make. Some are not coming to Path of Titan, so I've tried to not include them. However, some of them are. Now, one of them not listed here is Regalius's Edmontosaurus. You know that mod. I know that mod. It's a very exciting mod. There was recently a new animation that was showcased for it, which was made by Erebus. The animation was made by Erebus. It looks great. Erebus does a great job with the animations, but anyways, let's talk about some of these other mods. So, the first one is a scaled Dakota Raptor, which was commissioned by Blood of a Draco. Liananosaura, which was commissioned by a Blood of a Draco. Guanlong as well, and Coelophysis, both of them were also commissioned by Blood of a Draco. You'll know him because of a big repertoire of mods. For example, Repti's Carcar, or the great Ichthyovenator, which is being made by David Rosa. There's also Cynoceratosuchops, which is an upcoming fantasy mod, which was commissioned by Catastrophe. The picture of it looks super cool. It's a quadruple carnivore by the looks of it. Looks extremely menacing with fluffy tail and spikes along the back. It looks so cool. Now, we do have a plethora of skin mods to showcase. Now, the first one is the Primordial Tyrant skin mod. They said it's been a while, but they have been cooking. Firstly, we have this Basboldia skin, which was concepted by Candid Confection, which is called the Eroded skin. I'm a big fan of this one. Candid's concepts behind it are great. It's a wonderful blend of browns, yellows, and more general earthy colours. There's a common theme with earthy colours in this mod pack because we have some more skins. We have the Coal skin, which was concepted by Nightmare Spine. If you don't know who he is, he's someone who I believe... I don't know if he still has a YouTube channel, but he did make Path of Times content back in the day, especially when I first started the game. So it's cool to see that he's concepting skins as well, that are making their way into skin packs. The next skin is the Arid skin by Vivid Sky, who is an extremely talented artist. You'll know him from a lot of skin work. He's very, very talented. This is a Sarcosuchus skin, and it blends more earthy colours. Finally, we have the Waxwind skin, which was concepted by Ella Tyranni, which is a gorgeous skin with oranges, whites, and blacks, providing a plethora of gorgeous variations too. There's a great job with all of these. I can see this skin pack being very, very popular. Speaking of another skin pack I think will be very, very popular, it's the Ventum skin pack. Now, there's been so many skins showcased for this mod. I'm going to highlight a couple of them here. This was made by the Ventum team with various concepts and various other people helping out with them. First one is the Gavia Spinosaurus. Then you've got the Canadensis Spinosaurus, which is both of these were made by Feel Good Feathers, which I think is Fledged Feathers, right? I have a feeling it is. I'm not in the Ventum Discord because I for some reason I just couldn't find an invite. But I'm seeing this through threads and it adds their like tag, and I think it's Fledged. I might get corrected massively. It might be someone else and it might be really embarrassing. But either way. Then you've got the Sandrine Sarcosuchus, which is concepted by Opposado and made by Glebidus the DB. And then you have Mules Sarcosuchus, which was also made by Feel Good Feathers. Then you've got the Monarch Kaiwekia by Coiled Mink. And then there's also more skins like the Hats, the Anodontosaurus, the Dinocheirus, the Suchomimus, and so many more made by other team members of the Ventum team. I'm a big fan of all of their works, and I've definitely missed out some of their names. I think one of them is Erebus. I can't see who's, like, making the post, and I'm assuming because it's their unnamed, they're obviously, and they've said by me, it's by the person making the post, and I can't see it because it's a webhook. Next, of course, is the jeholopterus. The Secret Garden team have showcased some trophies from upcoming mods, but also another screenshot of the jeholopterus. And this guy is really cute. I love it. I can't wait for this thing. It's also tiny, by the way. I bet this is going to be an absolute nightmare to hit. It looks smaller than Ramp in terms of its size. I can't even tell if this one's a baby or if this is the adult. Either way, what's your guys' thought on this one? Because I love it. I love this little cute guy. Speaking of something I love and I cannot wait for, it's one of my favourite upcoming mods, it's the agathaumas by the Absentia team. This has some news and a bunch of teaser photos. For example, this photo of it with a bunch of pumpkins for the Halloweeny vibes because it's now October. Welcome to the spooky month. And I'll share the rest of the screenshots while I'm talking here. But the creators have given the agathaumas a retextured TLC to bring it up to par with the recent TLCs that the vanilla roster of the game have gotten, similar to the retexture the Acrocanthosaurus got in its Phase 1 TLC. And also the development is going really well, and they are excited to get the creature done for us. Now, there were some delays due to the rehauling of the kit due to the recent Dinosaur TLCs, bringing in much more kit differences and changing the meta of the game in combat updates. For example, there was rehauls of the kit when Eotrike released, or maybe even Sterako and Alberta's TLCs. You know, that would change things, especially for a Ceratopsy, and it adds more to pull into this mod. They've given the agathaumas a kit do-over for that same reason, to make sure it's on par with the official Path of Titans roster of TLC dinosaurs in both visuals and gameplay and balance as well. I can't wait for this mod. It looks beautiful, has a whole set of awesome abilities. It's just going to be overall just an absolutely metal mod. Speaking of something that is metal, we have the Leviathan, which is a monstrous spinosaurid coming from Exargilla. The Leviathan has had some updates, and I know there's people here who are very excited for this mod. Firstly, it's got a brand new trot animation where Rogue said he wanted to make it more of his own style and said the old one looked kind of like a sad duck. Now, that being said, he also showcased some particle effects that the dinosaur will have. This is kind of akin to the paralysis visual effect that dinosaurs have. Kind of looks the same when they get paralyzed. They have the lightning bolts coming off them, but I'm pretty sure this is meant to represent lightning, because the Leviathan is kind of like the lightning Spinosaurus. Either way, this looks awesome, and as I said, it's absolutely metal. Now, the upcoming KTO Torvosaurus recently had its broadcast showcased. Have a listen. I love the sounds. Now, this was showcased a month ago, but either way, it sounds so good. Now we have our final two mods. We have a mammal and we have a hadrosaur. Firstly, the mammal. Pseudocyan is a large amphicyanid which came from Eurasia and North America and is coming to the game through the Archaic Eons team. This has gone through a rework of its sculpt to give it more mammalian anatomy. They reached out to a bunch of paleontologists and even biologists to make sure that this was a proper paleo-accurate reconstruction of this beast. And here is the before and after. Its proportions are noticeably less bulky and more muscular with more definition. You can see it all over the body. There's been a vast improvement and it looks great. They did say it's basically a big dog, and I'm sure this is one big good boy as well. Finally, we have another hadrosaur coming to the game. This is being made by the Alum. Now, if you don't know who the Alum is, he's making a bunch of cool mods. I think there's 9 Apex mods that he's making so far. For example, his Spinosaurus, which is more speculatory designed, or Shantungosaurus, which this is actually a little bit smaller than. This magnapaulia hadrosaur is the 4th biggest out of the roster so far. He's also making a bunch of carnivores and a bunch of other herbivores as well. But skirting back to the Shantungosaurus, that was recently downsized to be more in line with the old Barsboldia model, and it's a little bit bigger than it. That being said, the Centaurus and Platyosaurus also got downsized too, mainly for their gameplay styles. That being said, very excited for the Alum's mods. And now, before I end this video, I have to talk about 2 mods that have quickly came to my attention. The first one is Ceratosuchops by Ammo. Now, this is a mod that they've been working on since June. They've been attempting to design their own dinosaur models multiple times. However, the Ceratosuchops is the most successful one that they have done, and it will eventually become a mod if everything goes to plan. Now, bear in mind, that doesn't fully confirm if it will 100% come to the game, because he said if everything goes to plan. So everything needs to go to plan for it to come to the game. At the moment, we have some animations to showcase and some images of it, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. I really like it. Ammo's done a great job so far of this, and I really hope it comes to the game. I'm a big fan of Ceratosuchops. I think it's a really cool Spinosaurid. Now, the final thing I wanted to talk about, and I think that's the most important one, is the Retrosaurs that was showcased by Phelan, with the sculpts done by David Rosa. Now, this is a mod that Phelan is working on. I believe there is an Allosaurus, and then there is, I'm not sure what the second one is, but there is a Tyrannosaurus Retrosaur, and then after that there is some form of sauropod, either a Bronto or an Apato from what I'm aware of. That being said, there are 4 Retrosaur models so far. I'm trying to figure out what the second one is. If anyone can tell me what it is, I believe it could be Megalo. But then if it was Megalo, it would be completely different, because OG Megalo looked so different in the retro vibes. Either way, let me know. Anyways, that's where we're going to wrap things up today. I'd love to know your thoughts. There's a lot of mods that also have news as well that I'm going to be talking about in a future video too. Some more carcharodontosaurus and stuff like that. It's very exciting times for mods coming to the game. Recently we got a couple. We got a bunch of TLCs and some new mods, but now there's more coming, like always. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed. Remember, we don't know when they're coming. Some of them may be in testing, but that could be early stages for seeing if the model isn't janky. Development takes a long time, but other than that guys, I hope you enjoyed. If you want to check out another video, check out this one where I was predicting the next update for the game. But other than that, I'll see you later. Have a great weekend. Peace.